And I'm going to start there. And if anybody here in the audience would like to put a question, put your hand up, and okay. But I'll go first for the webcast, and here's one to Tony. And it said, what would you like to see towards ensuring a fairer playing field for small and medium businesses? Should there be anything government should do on top of that? So, and I could put that to the rest of the panel, and if they have a question. So, a good question from the webcast is, what would you like to see towards ensuring a fair playing field for small and medium businesses to get that started and move forward? Tony?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I would have to answer that. Be industry specific would be my answer. I mean, I don't think,
Sure.
Obviously some industries are very heavily regulated and some are not. I do think that certain industries in Canada, the content industry, creating Canadian content, I think that needs significant support given the overwhelming, international media coming at Canada, U.S. dominated, obviously. I think personally the clothing industry, we have some great, designers in Canada that don't get profile like they do in international, Market D Squared would be like an unusual example where, create great international.
So you see a place for government to get involved in that?
Yeah, I was just giving a couple of examples. But so my short answer is, in a regulated industry, I think that there's a lot the government should be doing to protect, well, I mean, this is a little bit biased. There's a lot the government should be doing to, ensure that the dominant players don't take advantage of the regulations to squeeze out, a competitive playing field. In non-regulated industries, I think what's important for the government to do is to make higher profile the government incentive programs, the government assistance programs that are available to small business, which are not generally known, entrepreneurs I run into. There's a whole wide range of great government services, and our government actually does, I think, a decent job of it. They're just like typical Canadian thing. We just don't brag about it. But we have a lot of support for small business that Canadians just don't know about.
Okay. We've been able to develop a really strong relationship with the provincial government. And going back a few years, we were able to get what I'd call fair taxation for our industry. So smaller brewers were not penalized for being smaller. And as you grew, you went up a bracket. So I would say dealing head-on with whatever industry you're in with the government agency, it's very important to have an open, frank discussion with them. And it's to everyone's benefit. So we've been very happy with it.
Loudon?
Continue to rigorously allow inventors to invent, and to the property that they invent and create, which is typically called a patent or a copyright or a trademark, whatever it is, ensure that the protections are in place, that it is a level playing field.
And there was a couple of questions.